nti me ka omo ho hye go with you
into the coach no no about the take decisions no broni free baby training no sabi yin na ye ni ho abrofofo nso de sabi enye di no mo de bo no ye de o modern bo obey wo training no so no per the rules of the competition no ye ni akwanya ehwe sima edunum pe normally o mo training be 1 hour 1.5 hours ni ade so 1.5 hours so na say 1 hour no ye nya mu 15 minutes spend here ain't no say at the training session no say mrantie no who went to me am more modern dia ebe dey so benya akwanya. But this is the part where it gets interesting. And now you must say, I didn't maybe or field player we not on field player we. Make I say, I know the my and say, and yes, say be a old player needs ya kind kick, and I say be a player no deans and one is a okobo. O share opponents no, o share Modi or Modeba, o share Modebo, o share taxes or mobile. Now, so we decided say based on the materials available to you, no, also be you suko and also be sukwami and also be sukufi. And yes, maybe I said you almost sorry, I know more and I'm a Bodebi, and you're based on the opposition, and it's your ball. And no, Yawaha. Nanka Yesha and him saying KBA substitutions, no Katamu in Yakino, and Honoma or the Joseph Fenso Beba. But for some very strange reason, Osman Bukari are you deploying on the left hand side of the park. Or no, then the buyer. You would the same Majida Shimeru in the free mono. About the same because now about the home or say it was based on what they saw. Sabi mimeti hey no de mihu ye ono so de hu ye oye na nke fire nke bebo ye nsema man oye ya amfenti no e na ye twabo no iti both ways no you can say maybe just maybe substitutions no am farmer no
Kwame de wo kan che se okowo so de ye koye experiment ye danase ye danase pa so de ye experiment nyame nshira no Kwame yanhwe omo be se Cape ni Mozambique ase entu de ye be follow mo na ya hwe de be sie ye da ase bebre
meso me da ase.
All right, okay, so that's it. Live on 100.5 Citizen Show, quick one. The American moye Mount Thomas and then the near that you buad see a bushem sa bushem oh go Ose
Obadi do more light.
Mini light.
How many days?
Me so kania e wo me fie.
Ah, okay.
Unu apole shoot no. Moro.
Yes sir.
Jehovah Jawashia.
Okay. Hello.
E no your born bi.
E no me se born bi pa.
Ba Moro say enra de uni songo nyina mo da fom o.
Mo se meni songo here.
Mo da fom say no akudus kire mo say mo analysis nka.
Baby. The say for how long are we going to rely on him? Eti o sha wa shefe wa ya de aha we nya no na ebia se na na o mutika se o di o mutivu Egyptians and they say or yare say they are but also Moyadi say he was able to utilize those two chances by all no for how long is the whole country like Ghana going to rely on Kudus? Let's just say Kudus one the Bobie and can need to be checked.
And Ramoro and Rabon who say
oh no Governor Yadiana Kama Ghana for lifting up Omugi. What Kwabena made the NSA wash it. The panati wash. You sit down and let that person come back again. So players, you know what was their job? The coach technical bench now Motiwono because then say enough time no cry so almost 15-20 minutes to the end of the game. So why don't you protect that goal? Because what's action? So why don't you protect it? Building sometimes move attackers and maybe play one top and bring the defenders and maybe take them on the counter and play. But you sit down and let these Egyptians come back. It was something because the Noah's said Senna could make it that distance. If Salah had entered the game, what would have happened? Maybe they would have beaten us. Because why in the game, my Egyptians, the spirit was gone. Okay, some are free, or Fred, technical bench, they say, almost Sanono. Who said the demeanor of the whole players will be out of the whole tackle calm, or Mobamano, or Mokabi. But look at even Oshaya Tama did not bench, or the Natari National no like pain you when you look. So are we going to go down? Come on, 2-1. But when they came back, we can't anymore. Apparently, they are saying anymore. So George say Kudus was able to make that difference in India. Then if Salah had ended the game, what would have happened? Now the entire players, technical brain, whatever. There's a question mark about it.
Moro, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Kevin in Mozambique. They say Kevin lead 1 goal. Maybe a quack afa.
Now, she said, Kwabena said, Kevin phone to me with no money 6 points. Then, Omuni Egypt. Egypt to do it, we share Kevin now. Say Ghana need Egypt. They would rather give it to Egypt than Ghana. And because of Ansah, referees and everybody have question marks about us. It say, Omoka Kevin share no 6, Egypt were 2. Now say you were 1. They share Mauritania, Egypt show 1.
All right.
It's 0, negative.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's me. All right. Okay. All right. Live on a 100.5 Citizen Show. Mame Ansah de we through. Mesre Ghana for. Adia e kwaso bokono. Ghana for manu ntumbi. Ghana mpeni for manu ntumbi. Yese kwasia na osi ye de me yonko na ye neme. Media a reporter metie free a city news, and they were talking about executions that the military there execution whereby they enter a place, arrest people and kill them. What I heard na America wasem Ghana mpenifo mfa omanu ntumu bi before it's too late. JM no mfa omanu ntumu bi kufo no mfa omanu ntumu bi Kevin for a second goal kabe fie ya boka skara se adia ekoso obokuno because you see Ansah say government say or fight terrorism nasa o say afedie civilians no na obekum omo for whatever reason obi antiase. Now the civilians now walk bokono, the citizens no almost better say ombepemwa every baby. Ombetra say ombepemwa every baby. And that is how a terrorist omutimi enya firm grounds we Ansah. Yes, we don't understand what it is, but from what we heard this afternoon, say a Ghana military noana ekum nkrofo no a ewo no a there is no need for them to be there. Just walk away. Near who say a yabusuam yenu na eku omo na asase no omo de ombe ye omo bia no asase ni apani pa akotena so is better. A chen say ye taxpayers ye di tua nkrofo ka omo tua tax me tua oka no you are killing them. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Now, Kwame, for a year, Togoland letter no to a mame. For Togoland, so ungraphone. Pacho any. And your own number. I star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. Here, my mention what dear. Oh, sir. You were 2024. You were 12 December. Also, my say Western Togoland. And Yaman. Also, my say. Also, my say. Also, my say. Western Togoland Governing Council, blah 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 blah. And by June, July, no, Yemfa Soja phone call a voter region. Enkonkoguo. Emfa. Kanda po be bre, Olina Soja phone be bre. Ya be more tough time. Ghana for be makanda panum tough time. Second passé because you see kanda pantie a man for revise o mu no so yenim so yiri fia santimampon ni fie ni ufri ai office ufie ni se obia en waste time so oni soja ni kokontokwa o obia waste time so oni police ni kokontokwa o wo ma soja ni kum nipa ba Ghana ni ba ko Ghana for will do the needful. Oh yes. And the kanda pantie na supem a man for revise wo notes. Woman soja ni kum Ghana ni ba ko because of elections. So we opponent ni kum ba ko. No. Nobody will waste time about the military person or police. No. A bay civilian clashes. A good for which will listen. Woman and mama baby. Mona mo sisi su asenam ane akronforma Togoland State House. Okay, so Western Togoland Governing Council and the Defense Council, blah blah blah. Okay, so already minya ini two blare. So let me use my phone and let me just pick the first paragraph. The leadership of the Togoland Defense Council and the Governing Council, in collaboration with the executives of the HSGF, have to have on this day, 18th January 2024, launched a task force to carry out the following assignments. One, to implement the campaign against voting in all territories that fall within the borders of Togoland, to investigate and document blah 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 blah. So they have all these points there, and I think anyway, let me just move on. But omode a soldier for 10 million krako voter regina. Mubako fie. If you need there overcan mubako kachira omo moko mubako ni achichimu ya bachichimu physical awa Ghana monteso enyema mo awia no sika no mo awia egu damuntina se mo ani abre no amafo be because sajoma ama anya na physical Ghana youth be ya na physical aduane kura mo abusuafo ntimi mpie nkotobi no mo adi ya munima dia amafo adwene fa mo ho a enka mo ye no boko na mo kom baabi na mo akwa akodidi se mo amafo ni brea real estate no mo di sika invest abrugu woni nyina aba mo ka and let me question you. NDC will not sit down this time around, trust me. NDC in trawo da Ghana phone trawo da first 4 years 2020 no na 2020 no kura no check the figures, check parliamentary figures. Ebi si do Akufo-Addo onye obia o omunye obia omunye hu Akufo-Addo nkwa aban na first time opposition atimi na dwa parliament mu mienu onye obia dambo twenu ma bon kokora kwatra nti se kanda pane fremo pare ya mo ya mere wan kokora mo se mo nti ase na mo beye de mo beye okay me say this time around and this one transit we mo NC what do forget it and NDC national security why and oya consultant makanda pa and when they consultant makanda pa and when we don't care about onafofo say bevola tenum your onafofo a friend say asasi jima totobi kwa chinum nobody cares on kwala but we don't care. We don't care who is a friend to who. We don't care. We don't care. We won't sit down for any old cargo goods beer inside country and then they walk away. Because you have we are my sick and my ye. No one has a trejato, my no omoko. We won't agree. Ayi your friend say Moses Abo say was a regional minister gang for and yes sir
I say IGP making sure say you regulation no
you no credit nche was say ayi we akwano
and record it
our private security ya o use wo mo abo we kan kre yeah unim say private security no bi na ayi akwawe wuntumi ewo no okoka so woni police ewo ni military yes I even heard they say MPP mpanifo no omo wo police moto omato tobi
Canada Japan will be
esifia omo boys ya omo show omo police atare do omo ye dispatch riders enso omo ni MTTU mu omo nya police for omo obi oza ve ya bonu aka na bonu sa bonu onu olidi langas o yeah abono olidi langas oza ve ya omo aka about full statement ni munyi abonu full statement ni free me computer so kwasi aboy wi amede wani abre ye ka kire mo say mo nkrofo no yusu aye boys aye mo private army o mo show mo soldier ni police atare mo si aboa ye ka mo si aboa on say fe de wa won ka say aye Henry Cote e wo private security so hu o ka say no e na ya ba mi ya ba mi abechew Jimmy we mun kwache no abo asam no mun kwache no causing fear and panic another ampare we dey nka ho osuro kwache no so osuro dan fare kwache no so we are causing fear and panic kwache no na obi a wono ewo private security untimi enchi wo mo so for bit at first adru no o hyede nkom kakra bi di age kakra kwa akodi a what police headquarters wa kan kwase asem also omo se nko wan di anya hwe na nka Ghana for twen dan pare ko betini jimi nka ko na kwachi wo mo ko no bia agbaboso twen twen dan pare se yesi na jigezi we ya se nkom kwachi wo mo ni ahwe ko na kwachi wo mo ni ahwe ode mo be Ghana force also we dey MPP ni nti no obi yanchi obi a o yanchi abono kan yanchi no we no so aso run private security ni yenche no we to be to come so no private army yenche no dabi yeah yes because ya banie ya nkrofo nie ba wo ba kire se aban ade wo ha se obi fa no so ya firi ni irachi afri spinters abrosan mu wo wo abedi nkwase asem wo krum ade ya kare be ka asem mame fa wenwie yase latefo ye mame moso hello
Bobie.
Mami. Na. I said your home so sweet.
Oh.
Father Frose.
You better move video.
Who do we cut?
Look at Bobie.
Yes.
Me you listen up for some long time. And call me Peru any hunter number, meaning how I can get in touch with you.
But scratch the no already know. February entry number do Musuma.
I know.
But what do you say? Who do you say?
Without what they would test me now, me doing better.
That be Udi say the memo Udi say.
Me the 1,000.
10 million.
But it they want my super 300.
And then they have Boba 1,000. In your man say what 300 no crowd 700 ye dem.
What me that say? What will you pass show the hunto?
Mate. But all say you were 2,000. Say you another 2,000 a year che. Ubetimi awura no nso mu bi. Enti ebomma na cha say na dem 30 million.
Oh, okay. Hey, Charlie, you was an Omega, Charlie.
Anyway, congrats. Because we are not trying to CMG sketch there. Why? Because we are not follow. All right, thank you so much. Congrats. Judy Bensa is here on Facebook. Latte for you know. Fato so. Yeah, onto. Almost latte for say. Omo kwanye, omo beye demonstration. So omo you know.
Yeah.
Oh. Star 431 hash. Enche. Kwame about draw no. The next 30 minutes you buy another draw. 10 million, 20 million. Follow procedure no. Trying 5 cities. I'm telling you. Here, move on to one time now. Or more chance and time na. And I mean you one more time on Fanya. One year so dear, my men call a. My men a friend say. We cry the material free. Make our man for. We come out for a latte, yeah, hunto. Latte goes red. Fix our rose demo. Year of rose, but year of potholes in latte. Fix our rose now. Are we not part of a Kwabena North? Honorable MC. Workers in latte are suffering. Transportation has skyrocketed due to our poor roads. Cost of maintenance is killing us. You need come out for. Fix our roads, fix latte. Wednesday, we deserve better. We tire. Okay, so now unim dentia honto adewe me boso.
Dabi.
What was Akwawe? Miracles abwaje. Boy na akotra Peace FM ko campus asem no.
Yeah.
On we free.
Okay. Well, on kan asem da.
Wonu na akotra Peace FM say, wonu do a politician. Oba na so per 5 cities, 5 cities no de be ma wo kwa nya wo mfa ho. Wono vote ne hia no 2 per 5 cities or de be ma no vote ama no e kwa ne nya wo ne mfa ho. Na we free ukrom akwase asei e free ukrom a. We jimi say e free ukrom a. Ah. Jimi say e free ukrom a. No kwa ya politics a. Enfa so be pa na benya free no so. Ka enfa so be na benya udi enfa tell me enfa so be na miracles abuaji we benya free no so. Because enye miracle ankiri kwa say akwa we nka o maame wo no. Ka so trend tretu kun no jimi sa ni tikete aza be cha for. Kwa si aza kwa. Waji say enti wo krom kwai latte eda ho no na so akoda so kwakwakoye ukromu kwaya enti mrekesa boaji wujiri se latte fo ni gi 5 cities ho more than eya wu omo ekru ekwai. So you think like the people omo ye so dumb stupid 50 cities I remember no wujiri se ya no so bo echen ekwai ya ekokromu a wo musu ubeka kire wo aban se look adia ekoso wo mikromu no enye do something onka adia free wanu mu ba ya ne se o dey say we say Kwabena set third goal 3-0 ya boka nyanya ye ya boka gu skara se dia brakesa boaje dwuno eni latafo munya kwai kira say ya betutu say ya Samia okuro say eho ka Samia okuro so esu ndi latafo munya kwai kira say ya number faso every day potom every day kwai na tutu every day kopem se mubesu nyansa every day ato abapa every day anasa mo person munya abareto o 2024 mamu nsiwo why mo bia malata ni bia nkonkoto aba munya abato we unim by March me son komo ha by March omo dia anwia bekwa koguso me ba cho Gabi eko ayi ye friend say honto we kura de me side amamo Gabi ko Star FM mienu pe na me de me wo ho asem ka pa so body enti o say amakwata ye ayi minister no bo.
I think top of mind, that's what I can recall. That
the road minister is not related.
It's not, but he's an achim as well.
Yes,
but people will bundle it up.
He's an MP.
Yes,
he was the coordinator of the president's campaign in the Eastern region. And you know what I like about him? I think when the primaries of maybe was it 2016? He was the head of the campaign, the president's campaign in the Eastern region. After the campaign, he brought change. The campaign money was given. He brought change. I thought, hey, politics is in the chamber. That's when, and you know, no, but I'm saying that it's you know, he actually touched the president by even just doing that. Yeah. Campaign.
And then you bring back.
Even in his constituency, I think the president got 100%.
Wow.
And in the region, I think the president got the highest across the country.
But Gabi, it goes beyond cabinet. You and I know. And who?
For parties in opposition no akodi ewo ayi London o de akobo ayi ashawo e London no opposition no £100,000 no akodi no abetrance ubu sana accountability na bu afu Ansah Gabi no nwanwa ye ka so obi akromfo the whole Ghana must Bobie nye Ansah ye ne nwanwa so obi e de nsesa aba.
Top of mind, that's what I can recall. That
the road minister is not related.
It's not, but he's an achim as well.
Yes,
but people will bundle it up.
He's an MP.
Yes,
he was the coordinator of the president's campaign in the Eastern region. And you know what I like about him? I think when the primaries of maybe was it 2016? He was the head of the campaign, the president's campaign in the Eastern region. After the campaign, he brought change. The campaign money was given. He brought change. I thought, hey, politics is in the chamber. That's when, and you know, no, but I'm saying that it's you know, he actually touched the president.
Kufa don't discuss man campaign money. Or quiet and say somebody.
Just a minister.
Anything no ye minister. Yeah. Wait. And you usu we na mudi akyire ni yakon tokwa wo kroma na Bobie mpa kufu ado asem na Bobie mpa wa asem na di wei say but you see the point me say one more we sika ma yom wan say identity na this come we say odin saba
na be say obodo everyone say o sika ye fare free o dey akodi aba
e o dey aba
you know say ye discussion so ministry on the brand me
yeah
and no trust sika dey wo ministry on akwa de sesa de ko be kufu ado
yes
one fa bi am go bro
yes and it tells you said yes you training guy be no krono mu
oh just say o ma me na just say o ma me
because krono e ne nwanwa say how I didn't know because yeah it is no but when wabusa akola na say no aka no kre na say e nwanwa say wo ba na aka no kre
because wo twa say go be intro
because I no training no yemo no audio mo no mo ntie bi say bi am perim bi e be bona mama is that there
and who? I think top of mind. That's what I can recall. That
the road minister is not related.
It's not, but he's an achim as well.
Yes,
but people will bundle it up.
He's an MP.
Yes,
he was the coordinator of the president's campaign in the Eastern region. And you know what I like about him? I think when the primaries of maybe was it 2016? He was the head of the campaign, the president's campaign in the Eastern region. After the campaign, he brought change. The campaign money was given. He brought change. I thought, hey, politics was in the chamber. That's when, and you know, no, but I'm saying that it's you know, he actually touched the president by even just doing that. Campaign.
And then you bring back.
Even in his constituency, I think the president got 100%.
Wow.
And in the region, I think the president got the highest across the country.
But Gabi, it goes beyond cabinet. You and I know.
No, but
Crown 4 ya train no more Crown 4 ya wo wa na e kire okro no enti obi di no kra na ya nwanwa but onibola radio na onibola radio anyway onibola radio anyway ozi bola radio bad ho ya tia ne ka kire mo say o mbesne ko abes ba ja muntie ayi Gabi awabaso wo Ghana muntie Gabi de bulare Gabi asuze wa yeye na Gabi di nachi na o KNUS mi wo Hello FM zage kra me refini di o koko ene koko dum nyina so ma yeye ewurade Yakofo Yesu Christ Christ wait
I can take. I say, okay, what can I say? I can go and tell them.
Did you tell them? No, that is what your friend is saying. No, because you know at the point.
Please, I don't want to. Please, if you're going to focus on these things, propaganda things.
No, it's not about the propaganda. I'm just talking about the veracity of it in terms of the fraud issue on it, Gabi.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
The fraud thing had something to do with
and then you bring back
even in with insurance.
And that's what I want you to speak to.
What is it going to do with me?
Because it's all part of the PDS issue. So
but I was not a shareholder of PDS.
Your friend was in there that you advised.
You, the same way you come to me for help. A friend comes to me for help, and I know him. I play football with this guy. He's my next door.
Right.
And he's come to me for help. And if I can help him, I shouldn't.
I'm not saying you shouldn't.
And I shouldn't do it legislatively.
I'm saying that with the fraud associated with it, which occasioned for the vitiation of the contract.
Yes.
Because I came to you on two things.
No, but I'm saying,
about Unibank, about investors.
By the time my friend came to me.
Right.
Okay. All right. For advice, for this, for blah, blah, blah. Okay. Was there a case of fraud?
There wasn't. But that's what we want to know, the story of how it ended.
But if I had shares in it.
Which you've debunked.
No, how could I have shares in it? You had nothing. Then everybody I help, like you, I have shares in your entity. Then that's what it is. If that's the case, then we shouldn't help anyone or even attempt to help people. If you help someone and it goes wrong, then it means you were part of it.
If
something that eventually was awarded by government with the support of the American government. And if somebody comes for me for advice and I'm advising him, I was wrong. And if I had interest in it, okay, when it was the president
Gabi. Now who taught him say busan about the audio no. Gabi. Sa audio tape no there. Uba jina kwa to ayi one o. Ebe ye mu se sini. Me say. Gabi. Ya catch them. You can choose any friend around John Mahama to lobby. If John Mahama fails to do the needful, the boys in the street will do it for John Mahama. We want Dampari to be there. Munjan wo John Mba mo bia mfane sanka no ontra ho. Say ya na other countries ne lead ko ye no. Ya kwa kasa wada no ho broker e wo fi ase da bi. E da na so obi ba ho for Unibank issues. Minim de ntia ka ase no mo challenge Jimmy nti o mo ba bonti ano wa ba expose no Jimmy nti. Muti dem wosu de won ka ban no wonya obi a e da na afa de Unibank case wo ho ne eba. Wo ye judge. Wo ye hwan. Wo ye Minister of Finance. O se na esu abie. And I know guy ba ko your friend say multimedia say adan gra me hu kwa na asante so my asante or they say the guy na Africa kraka no or my no can you share we left the fast your yeah and Gabi any politics ka Gabi enipa enye politics ka Gabi enipa ebraba no abo enye politics ka obetimi ayi 1000 2000 Gabi muna mu ahu Gabi o ne ye de hu Gabi ye de tua ne sei fe ihu no ya karben ka samre performa wunyina akwa ba o
ya konto
me chiachi amu
ya joso
me chiachi amu me pacho kwabe ubama me next draw Ansah me wuramu ana sa anche me ba me next draw star 413 hash CMG sikache the Friday 2000 no me che 2000 sa 4 which is 8000 80 million no ma che thousands are free and now no aka and Friday o make us obekwa yie bottom me enko but for him said me producer kan na me biem hu ha honto
ava
akwaba
me joso aminat aminchia empenyimfo a
obia so se ase ahwe time
ya Solomon Wusu ti how many minutes
there be make about the show time
okay Solomon Wusu ene Charles Makati ene ahwefo ne atiefo a omoche na wuntimi asem na kosi sei
koso
still omun ko say ni TV station ni radio station bi omo attack
David
odan omoche
hey onu wo ye frafra ni o
na me ka cho say nkosi aga o
onu ye frafra
because odike wa mowa ni edu no office ni akora asaka o ya papa ni glass untimo radio stations e okumase ade na omotwen David na omotwen dede hunu kwa me say as far as MPP the name MPP here involved no enkonkosia ya ponche tokwa ye be maso akosro ye be ja to fombo ko mrekwa Ghana fo ye ni na hosene da babetu nte sapa dia said den kamo ye ma odike ni sa pepepe na nkewese mbe ya ma wuntumi odike officer na ehye to krom ba bi kura na obi ani mutumi duedue mu ede no diko kaka odike si etu galamse sensa ase na na ma hemfu bi o mo manhia asoso nim hu bi mu duedue mu ko pe odike office ko pipe glass anka mo ko pe no se bi o aye ne anyankamade anodike bu to hwe eni akra untumi wo radio station esi Kumasi obi oso won ne kingdom Kumasi ne wo oni de mo nko papai enko sese and a press statement na mu issue odike de ba mu issue press statement because odike nya MPP ni wuntumi ye MPP ni simple me dem ma ka se nkonkosi aga but enu Blasters game no me sha se fro na menya first half na me hwe second half no dem is after the game na me hwe SS omobo the formula of this government pepe sambe wame back to sender striker e was no oko strike ko she goal no onu ni nya ball a back pass na lead to go defender is on defend goal post no onu so nya ball a outside the 18-yard box no no dey ko ni akodi ahye Baumia economic risk o me defend the economy atonsium ken oforiata yes one abin pa ebani sikasem ene onu so baba mu a aso ya wasafo mafo yes oni mi de pa after so kokoje bosia ewo saloon ade bre nyina echi no ene economy ni enie enti bona no Blasters boy no ebina Akufo-Addo amamu pepe Akufo-Addo ba ye no a no hwe businesses a eye Ghana for dia enyini konanim no ena ogu ni nyina ongo ena share no ho because oni de wa maso be develop oba say oba kumunu wa say no ena wa say ni nyina pepe nana one will start story we say major online the publish here over 137 SHS students here to report to schools in Western North region Chas
Ghana education say omo 27,000
omo say almost 27,000 they have 27,000 na ne ka che say free SHS edisika ba awofo kotokuom because e ka na ka awofo editi omo school fee no nyama na ene ye free kanen no ana awofo to school fees no yanti bi da from Ghana Education Service say yenya nkwada 1,000 po a abra so mo report to school
almost 27,000
omo nkoye because omo awofo ni ska yanti bi da na free SHS abama awofo service ka for the past 7 years awofo service ka ya bie school yo mu bie ye na otwemienu na ye twemu yi emofra ntimi nko school adan a awofo ni ska nti free SHS na service ka ban ska na ewo hi sika no ehimfa ene wo yesi abofre o meri di free yesi abofre on tua school fees yesi abofre on tua hwe e fa mekwa do hia ne se obedware no ahya atade no akọ enti di na si mofra yi kwan aka ne no a awofo to uniforms awofo beto chobos awofo atobat o matua dormitory o matua PTA o matua school fees o matua admission o matua ni nyina no admission nya do say pe reporting no be a reporting 7 years after our full service kano and nemo fretifia o muntimi enkoye se twan kontom posese bi o maami ewu na oswada ebre ne beso edu anwumre no obi a maami enu aduane a ye be so maami beba na so maami amana se nkan sha se freedom ho ba ye be kwakobu ani ehudi tue mu ye be catch se planting for food and jobs edi aduane abusu o Ghana one district one factory solo na tie o catch say yera lanche maintain on record we see over 292 factories and we see a year adwuma e wo Ghana ha opa obetra manyosem so na kan yo mekwa koyi records no dia brew say a year adwuma nanso subusa say what is the value of these factories nobody can tell ubusa de solo kanko de ada baomian crofo so ba de mo kanko tafo MP de o kanko and one district one factory number of factories yes ye bia ye adwuma na enwuma create no over government communicators 10 obia woni dia woka yes ye timi aduane ana mana broso bumper harvest nanso na Ghana Russia Ukraine war baaye no na ye de ban ato eye rice exportation any soya bean ade esi enya amana bro so se de kwa abonte koto no ne de atoso because esi ensu yedi obi a esi ya dua nnuane amana buruso no abuso no na yakoboro nnuane abro serious e de free ECOWAS ne de be feed secondary schools obi a esi one district one factory planting for food and jobs ya implementing it successfully. Secondary schools are Ghana yetimi enkwara timi epon ba fie because aduane ni ho a mo bedie ye can first time and people say oh anya no kre it's true enne akukwa sensem frama na abo ne to na da daja no obi ahu bi this am pass free SHS the sika ba wo fokotokuo mu a saa nkwada 27,000 no report na ba ne 137 Ghana Education Service o ne omo official list omo kuta no 27,000 ayate 27,000 awofo makomako 27,000 do say secondary school ye free mpo no omo man timi nko because kani ho na me fa no nto na me main issue ne ye Western Togolands
okay
last year na metena ha kan say NPP's ideology and mentality plan omuwoma voter region no ensisa yo na ensisa na minima de bone a framantamfo ana anwrafo e de aye a political party called MPP omo tan ye kire se ko mu benya kra nka yen YPN voter region ka yen YP ni pe wo so nyina emfiri ho na nka yen fa anya poultry farm omu ni se no mfa so beba so. They hate votarians to the extent say wodwene ho a won tiase na Ansah ne enwie ne ebekọ so long as a political party called MPP exists no votarians ye won toye da especially when MPP is in power ye won toye da 2008 o mampeni kufo ye beto aba ekoto afla oboda mu for more than a month ye kwaka wose aflawo for anase Togo for ba beto aba yenso enim se obi oye Ghana ni ana atro ne di okuta Ghana voters ID card o de to aba mo amatena aflawo anase makwa aflawo pen obi koye adwuma o Togo no wabeda wo Ghana obi eye adwuma wo Ghana no akoda wo Togo je Ghana for mo cross ni say ya o mampeni kufo koto border num more than a month to elections say ya man crofo fi Togo e ma metwaba because omodi to mu trim say obi o voter region o border no so a o ye o voters ID card bia do e Togo ni enti o tumu second run e kono ya di no okobie ye say omomra meto ana omso beto no kama de wampeni kufo e di votarians no ye kan wasem bia wanka enso Ghana ye ni eye Burkina Faso ebohye wankoye bi wo ho ye ni Cote d'Ivoire ebohye wankoye bi wo ho nemmom Ghana voter region any Togo ehona mampeni kufo aflo border no mampeni kufo mi etu mu tete nkrofo ye kan wambua 2016 ye voter registration exercise awie Baumia sorry ya Baumia say wono na kwaye ni investigation a okuta ni data a trese 76,000 votarians Ghana for mu voter region omu ye Togo for and ye register omu Charlotte said then the electoral commissioner Emma platforms okay then Dr. Baumia for data na bra nian cross check from the voter register na ye wono Niya said the okane no kra na senya no kre Dr. Muhammadu Baumia no no so be president in the name of MPP no when Timia justify and prove one name wo ye press conference kai no when Timia prove one chese o ye Togo ni o voter region to mu say because say votarians ye kan na anase anro ebe na voter Togo forces to the same language uko benia chese obi oka anwura kasa bia no eye Togo ni 2020 elections Akufuado eshada esisa asrafo di kogu aflawo any border towns no adanya was it COVID-19 said the beya Togo for ntimi empire then man said what me wan because of limited registration e mo free ko school na a soldier for elbo omo me si me aye ko voter region ko ba konfen wado me uflu fie kwa akoto atosode over the next house na soldier ni di wachi e ko so voter region enkwada e ko school a soldier for bu omo Akufo adum sheda create artificial insecurity in the voter region. Ni nyina ya MPP agenda. Always voter region is one of the most voter region number 1. Voter region is one of the most peaceful regions we have in this country. Sasa se ho man so twen obere no hini we de asi na we ni we bro mo na we kro ni we ebi so voter region. But Akufo-Addo and MPP always find ways to create artificial insecurity in voter region. Said the bell mobile yomaniama. Yabeko 2020 election. Kanapa yese onimadie. Yabani security jabon no modern. Southwestern Togoland forway. NDC forward power ya anti womonka. Yehu omo action bia from Rollins time to Atames to Mahama yanti omonka yehu omo press statement bia yehu omo action bia in the voter region. Akufo-Addo be president MPP start take over say pay Sankofo say from Western Togoland 2020 election. Yes, Western Togoland for akwa blockade Aflawo main road Sagakope road to the sense o matimi akwa ICZ police officers car official car aje police photo e voter region. Sabra ya kasa no na Akufo-Addo dia soldier fogu voter region ho na so yantima anche ekuraba ankobo no kwadu police forecast na yesi aje ye no mutimi retrieve ye atuo na yesi aje fa police force metimi retrieve ye na so yantima anche nipa ba ku sei ankobo no kwadu o mutimi ko ho voter region regional capital ama STC bus makoma miensa MPP force sheda ko twa aja tumu e ka say Western Togoland for ena esa niama no ye ka say na voter region ho any all the towns villages o voter region asoja for an invade wo nyina yet yantimi anchi onipa ba ku say all because they were the entire police for and soldier for just to intimidate people from coming out to register, from coming out to vote, and they succeeded. Yet 2020, 2021 until Western Togoland Fonka. 2022 until Western Togoland Fonka. 2023 anamebo mudin kwa until Western Togoland Fonka. Yenya ra election year 2024 mo Western Togoland Fonka yeni. So my issue statement say or my issue order say they will stop any voting or election or more assassin so it means they won't allow any voting in voter region maybe omo claim say omo dia yeah limited registration exercise 2023 Western Togoland for issue statement say they won't allow it to happen.
They register no moment to aba
to district level elections 2023 Western Togoland for issue any statement one is said they won't allow any registration or any voting in the voter region.
Presidential just last month a district level election.
And I make 2023.
2023
near to Abano. Yeah, 2024 district level election in 2023.
Okay. They are doing this year 2023.
Yeah, there be last year near 2 year.
Oh, okay.
As I remember election. Yeah, to 2023. The Jemen Saka say Ashanti region, some part of Ashanti region on this year.
Yamutuno Nansani.
And only some selected electoral areas are almost like to Ashanti region and Eastern region. Omuka so many technical challenge to men to Banibino. And Omombetuno this year. Name of the election was done in 2023. Western Togoland for I issue any statement. Yes, in 2024, my year to about parliamentary and presidential election. Western Togoland for say after my issue statement said they won't allow any election or voting to take place. So what can say? Nantwi binu one for so senior Akufo-Addo be beka so di natem. So okase wo dwan bini hu wonfaso se ne kandapa obeka se wadi natem. But the truth of the matter ne say nantwi bini hu wonfaso se ne sampanyfo mi no amabo muden. Because as a national security minister, so ultimate na ha for the past from 2019 to 2020, so Western Togoland for me blockade highway etimi police for car eji omu atu. Oh, me kwa odi soldier for Kogu region no ntimi anti obi am prosecute na we useless. It means you now share there's nothing like Western Togoland phobia a MPP Kandapa Ekufuado planning and plotting a your agenda. And this time come to obi abon kwedu.
Asa omo so ma prosecuting crophobia.
And crophobia. And crophobia na echi omo sa a basis e kwhye no and crophobia. And MPP as a political party doesn't care. Say Ghana will burn for them to win power. See and change them to back and let my vote count for after 2012 election. When some of them can my kwai near transformers, yan schools, yan kunkum crop, yan crop cars. Now can I buy it no? And indeed at that period, you know, ECG transformers were burned. And crop car, ya attack our cycle. Daylight. When people for be free abam 2024 you do be hu a free sabre ya kosi se beto ababesi 2025 u be hu government institutions in office e be hye no said the she Ministry of Foreign Affairs e water station and ne Adan White Elephant is one the same thing. People will burn, they will burn. Ghana Commercial Bank before 2020 election yes so me investigations can be pa Liberty House ne just them GRA for office yes sika bi eto bi ye kan wasem ye wo be scanner fa sack na ja dam wodi free Ghana National Fire Service for omu station e wo makola Eco Liberty House no nana it will take them no less than 3 minutes to reach there but ijane shia mo no ahima no bodwe no dumye wodi free Ghana National Fire Service headquarters e wo eye enkraha e de ko sack baby a adabraka baby a GRA for office in one nana it will take them no less than 7 minutes to reach there. Yekase Mahama interchange will see yes Nkrumah cycle see no fire station or fire tender elisi ho wodi free one no mu echo baby a GRA for office in eja to mo say eye adabraka hye no nana it will take them no less than 2 minutes yet eja na hye more than 1 hour Ansah na ye dum no. So MPP doesn't care. Ghana will bend just to win political power. No one will say about what I said. So let's go and intimidate votarians. Because already Omaka say kwa denye Ghana for anything like Kufuado etimi koye budget. Na 16 regions wabetire ya off road obeye kwan no abubo 15 regions. Na a whole region voter region ye yefrim. Okoka o say eye na nipa so. Because MPP Beka chose a voter region kwa mom natural resources be na mo enti mukran sesen ka mukrobi wa be di o mampeni a soldier for dem boko no 2024 election na ye ko no so free so ye soldier ni na okutatua me ka kire someone na de bia national security wona be ka kire se Ghana for okutatuo ro mo dem no mo do so se na atua man na nkasa wo. Nobody will sit down for any military officer or any man in uniform to intimidate, to violate. 2008 something happened and Kroforum Kutatu voter region they ran omu dwane ye omu na mu mrika dwane voter region. So enya wan wase bibesi 2024 enya wan wase bibesi 2024 votarians we are not criminals angrafo yenye criminals. There's no record votarians we see yenye criminals. There's no criminal activities in the cause of voter region. Yeah, ya criminals or Ghana how we can trace them. And instead of make us a sound for no umudi MPP achine nyama mienu ada se nyansa no muni ekom na de om ko pebibia di sa voter regional minister na on friend say le Charles wan eni Peter Mewum na ekom na de om ko pebibi na di MPP mo. Enti sa wonya wan kasa region no man for ho medi party MPP a chese omo otan eyi otan didi kire ye region baako one region NDC because of NDC nti uko esremu sesi ay kase Burkina Faso ni Mali fonto kwai ye onkrofo be bra cross carpet eba Ghana eye bokukura ko okura no foreigners ba e dey na can the pass national security wo ye e wo ho but ye dey na chire voter regime because yen suppressive voters no amount of intimidation that's a power sisa people will run away
just Osu Kafra
Bobie
solo
may 10 minutes.
Oh yes, 10 minutes. I did I hear.
Why are there?
I did actually the carriage out the over time.
Bobie
see a beam to be a
official panso.
I think come to ye in Fieso.
And chair with tea for chair.
I feel some more to a Kufuado.
I feel some na Alan a re cabinet. One way we answer Sinisi Kenny in our master Eco Commission of Inquiry at the home crata Kotuama or Mino. Yeah, dear, I got to meet you. Yeah, best
I can't count more or more
inquiry of your better now.
Few
shed the hawk at no more cancer creature gallop. So yeah, did no cancer. Well, yeah. Yes, shall free or Kufado or a tax. Yadishan, sir. Na yan cannon some no. Tia. Opedino say the numun sem and yefe umugana for or Kufado umwe. Na wa share one more a two or monase about na so say or more pay development. Efre Kunfi, Professor Mills in the crew. Prof, Yamin for crazy. Na so mo se impuntu nuru om ho a
enye no nom ko busa yo
o mo de autopsy en wasem na
to mo na ni sa nkomo no mpo
ne kese wono wa body trim bo se
wo mo ba
so question answer body trim da wo hwehwe o mo kro dia mo
that's all
akwa ya kokro boni papa
wo mo nya sa nkomo nom de koye
na yanye die sika mawa wa hwe o mani maka kire bo se me de cha kuju bai atukuju mwantu abama no we yasem a pani bie da no e ka kire wo a akwa ye yu se ye suma ho Kufuado ko Norway ko gina nem na ko France na ko na enne impuntu abonkofo a no wo maba na so a wo de wo sa ka kire se ma hwemu because mwantu abama obi a
but a deputy general secretary of MPP what could defend the Kufuado as some memo mawa
what could defend
yeah memo
bomba na engography engography di gofu be ko wu what to me could defend
one more ya moti ya kasa ya moti no I doubt it God kasa ya kai dey senka en kai so ti o
what could defend the deputy general secretary hey efe kura keke
ewe oh na anya wana troye Pacho secretary a voice no wana troye but ya kasa ya moto wo ana monte
momo man na etiefuo ntie de
the people of Ekumfi are enjoying what we call the Ekumfi juice. It is a development that came under His Excellency the President. So if you say that the President have said so, what was the context? What was the context that the President has said? I have not had the opportunity to listen to the full tape of what His Excellency said, but I don't believe that what is being carried out can be matched to what the President has done for the people of Ekumfi. So on that particular strands, I may not, I'm not able to delve into that because the context is not clear to me. Because if you say so, the President has provided a number of development opportunities for the good people of Ekumfi, but he has not been able to satisfy them. Because one clear example is the Ekumfi juice. That is on the global market. And this particular factory was established under the Akufuado's government. So it goes to defeat the fact that the president is teasing the people. No, the president has contributed his quota, but he may be misquoted or misunderstood in terms of context.
You say, education is key. But Elena Mafo say education is key. But Haruna Mohammed spoiled the padlock. Woman education, a swinging vassal. The mere fasa political party. Na ujipa na ye president no and just o kansim hunu wo young man no kwa fa sa cross na so don't carry sa reckless cross akunfifo na akon ho ana wo ka asem no aba akunfidi say ma fa mani ahwemu because me di obi ba ya me ye ne deputy minister moto obetia no na ho kwa no ka sa asem no okọ mepe wa gwango ka sa asem ya ze no beka ne die mepe die na mo ka kire yense e no di agro no akufo no se da bi me mfa sa nyoma we ni agro eti wo se tima kire Ghana fo se I mean it mo to Obama me development no e bi mmamo na so sa asem na wo kan no kran no kre wo mu ato Obama no kra bum no or the development go Kwabena East fo ko pe o mo asem keka so owura wo da ye nyina ye gi entobo a ye de ma o se san enti akwanye babe ye ma one no friends and for tech. And you take for the friend. One no say I'm at this Kwabena for be this mono. But make a come out in the drum. No, because I am not Twabama Munyai. Tiwana na Ghana. One Twabama Munyai. Kufado Mutwabama Munyai. Oh, we are not could die because for no last year I don't catch a Ghana for you. I say NPP ne na memono o mawi. Jombe ye na o mawi na abaya obeba foforo no eyo rala nchemante no oba be solve problems na akam enti wono de na adwenem no somewhere 2021 ohia MPs ewa MPP mu nyina ka kyerem se won de wadi ni president awiu to mo na aka to no de aka nya chilling anya nsuo ase nam wa nsuo mu nam anya nsuo soro nam wa nsuo side nam eno ho adwuma no ye mu wonte mu nka enda no aflawo chief yi togbe ereza azonwaga amenya fiti togbe fiti ekoye mistake ka se e block yi ya hwe anim so o won sam fo ka tire no kokwa ya lo tubia bo because krom ha no ya kwa kofo obi a wono no na ni so adi hunu nyira se de di beba bukum se onye president anu aba beye na paase mpuntu a ye pero ya brabo mi ambe na no wa faka frinkai sa rally ni kura last rally om ye na sin no fi no mu kwa agya no mu dwane gya no papa isi da mekobi akoya no okohe chasobuku anim ozi e penko fa mama bebe de no ma wo safata o ye candidate ye ni MPP ni ko wa sa so akọ se campaign no
no cross o kan se ni kwaso ma ku faru
campaign me tu no fu papa na ntiase say any time o beka se bia vote MPP lose 1000 votes we o ka grade the 4000 votes e ko straight e kunfima ni nyina half na na MPP ni nyina o ba se jaba afrafranto me no ka se registration e ko so same e ti de bia na me de se go beka sa surprise ni de na no ko promise toilet no ai no so mo mu lose about 1 million votes no wo se na se won kasa da ale ku fo no se why you say won kasa o me bo mo kontem eti this time yes sem go for so mon time ko Jubilee House no mu ni odu ekufo do nkodi nta ensawoso na won tumi cancer mu abeba party no afenese fast na de ewo ho no na Bobie wonto ese anwonafo ena de masa NDC no utumi kan kire se anwonafo ye NDC fo edie mpuntu duma pa na NDC modi akọ voter regional o bese na wiei wo ko follow sa general secretary ya ono so NDC a is a munu okika no mama ekroma yetumi tram ya na me tribalism how it is about show your plan. Let us show you our plan. Catch NDC for a plan for the people of voter region. Just you to mama because you freeze out your voter region. NDC na was Siano. Votarians interest woman. atajere na ba no be no say na gofo di atajere course say interest bi anim and it is a work ye pese o kire se ye ba north tongue south tongue central tongue asase ye ntam da ho ye dua mo ye dua bro ye eno ne ye a votarians menya adwuma ye enye se ma beto aba ma ndisi ne beto aba ma ndisi wi a eyezu elezu na ekomode nkofo. It is not going to happen. That is not what the people of this country are looking for. Foul plan bra. And now the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress called voter region. One customer depending on to us the oh yeah honeymoon. Call for it to one also say, ye hear Duma. Now the honeymoon are bread ya and then alakia emfa. Etiano dear, member because ye baby a tino. Ye said the people of the voter region are waiting for nobody than Alan Chamanti. It has nothing to do with your politics. Wama swa I wine. And the man said no. Sa two political parties, NDC, NPP for close to 32 years, you know. Or when the chair, be bien wifer. Be bien wifer. Now NPPD asantifo di MPP kosi fie pepe. Anya na na poka cho say modi t-shirt a ene fatamu. These two political parties because mama politics na be emotional business.
Now udi actually say 7 years no nya de.
7 years.
Bobie udi actually say.
He was an MPP before.
Wo ka de onya ya na makade mai. Udi wo ka de onya ya na makade mai.
The 10 minutes aka 5.
Ha ade na wo tam nyoma we na be ba ha.
We be mfino. Me say udi actually 7 years no nya de.
Na me nya be akatia. Di pa boni fo ya otiso be boni.
Bobie the other na go bi so nya de.
Why na we for na buso nya de. Say go for na me twa ma ba me ho na say me ye nya hwe wo so mo mwa ye nti no. Ane ene akote ho a ye say ye pese ye mo bi enya bi.
Na ba bia mo firi ba no mo anya hwe na mo badua mo bibi.
Na ye enya bi ye so de say pese mo bibi.
E de munya free trade ministry wa na man bi.
Yeah, trade ministry there no. Yeah, ma automotive ye ba ya man kofo ye bi enya cars ye produce wa after na ba ye se fa nyoma ko ebibire so na ko didwa. Ye nya o debut. Dia carry
ni nyina na do ade suade hu.
Na do ade suade hu. Na de suade hu no National Cathedral and you two am na discussion form. E no gwan ni suade hu. Say yan trust me no say why say ye be ya ye ba be assemble cars wa no enka no. Ani yo rala nchamantere de bai. Utumi nyimfrinism. Ya factor bra no koye. One district one factor go be ya mala fe ya and on to ba ya dia re twapia baby obehia baby o hia nsu ase kora and na no mini baby okonya re figure bai no wakoto figure bia dia asema no say me ye be bo betira se enye nyibra
all right
so to say me gire no ho a me tia se enye and so it was a beautiful policy a owura de ba ye se ne be ya nka potem bia no woti wo free sa potem na to me do business plan ba ne approve na ka ba ya guarantee ama na wotumi abie adwuma ho ama na fanipa we wo besa beautiful concept we na pede na ye kaka sa asemu ya mo se monti ase miwa abra owura ma ama ka kire ye nse ope ho ni mu ne sikani hoyi wono aso se be 24-hour economy a me ba me hu be board ba ko that trust 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy so enye sika pa. Ejebere ni enye sika is that 24-hour economy no. Na che se enada bi ya bem. Na mamen ko the military election 2024 no. Soldier population ratio no menya sure say Ghana army no omo nuru 20,000.
I think there's 15 or 16.
15 or 16,000. Police cry about 30,000. To the account service in your boom cry say it do 50,000. Ghana population, say, 30, conservatively 33 million. To the young divide 33 million, another 30 million by 50,000 police. And 50.
No, sir, and Colonel Emrawum to the emphasis. Omo di omo to abano average do dey for even say
20 million.
20 million.
Aha, it would be 20 million divided by 50,000. 20 million divided by 50,000. So that is say nipa ba ku bia 100 nipa 400. Na soja ni baako a wo handle nipa 400 ebe ye den na wo ho de na buru.
No, but MPP fund they are okay. For the supporters they are okay with military behavior.
No, na me ka say wo aba mu asa na wadwene ye wo.
So they are okay until you omu free mu. You have say 20 ye ntem 10.
That's
10 million here, 10
million here. And Jaffa say 200. One soldier is
200, yeah.
Now the year 2000, Bobie na wo Kumase. Na ngofo efutuo nsakra nipa. Be kai pa say time NDC no mo de bon kosa for 64 battalion. Na bantima ne Kumase manhia say o mo so mo mpene man ngofo nto aba.
Ma mu dwane. Ma
Emma, me say by 6 o'clock na first ma to man so that man. No dwane for them.
Tafo Emma ne kum.
What are you talking about?
For train Emma ne kum omo.
It is a we hu say enipa ye na just obetu aban a obi a wo hu sa de ni bi da. Me say the year 2000 me timani na me obabi e friend so ba yiri e wo gira palam busiam ye polling agent. A soldier for ni ye de bi gira soldier ni anim. Me say dem wo bodam say twa kuta bi rekra fi mo. Sa akwa de press ya me ko. Because spirit bi na e ba no enye para spirit. It be ya na ye ka say ana the soldier folk hunhun eno no political parties na gasa ni bibire na lazy they are not working. Now your party na say to say any movement for change ya ni abre a ye kwakwo training agents amoma ko gina police station a ye pink sheet wo kwa no amba wa obeti seja wo mu no ebere ni elusu ya se kole cloth police station ya to about movement for change or Lanchemante as a candidate when you are 224 na unya we na yes ye kwa kobubo awia e godru ba bia change ye 224 na aye 24. How can this happen? It is a ye kwa benmu and no army officer or police officer maybe now come Moses abo ya we issue say your friend is say and go to person issue police for the regulation
also our private
police security and was said yes say was also person who use regular police together with the private security the regulation and it's very dangerous for the IGP so obi your friend say regional youth organizer former etumie bien na no not as a part of the grand scheme ya dia police for regulation now up to date police public relationship to ka bibia
omu ni PR officer dampare
tingale free dampare
no onu na kasa
ki dampare na bibia
yo no ayi kwakwa na se auto ne car onu na driver onu na mate onu na passenger
social media Facebook IGP dampare de ode ye no na se untumi mamba yi ano dia na chese ye no krese ampa police for no mo ka ho na enye wonwa o kai na nsia mu Kennedy Japan ko bantima no or can statement be up to date obi anka ho asem wo se wo to me your friend say yes say wo wadwene mu ndonti ye hia asoja fo ne aposi fo kwa fa plan am so wontirim oni asoja fo ne aposi fo fa plan so mo ye de and also Ghana have voices mo ma meka ho bi na tese mo regi elections and until 2024 election e be de but they met me e de ebo a met me dia share wo mo say we enye gidigidi election 2024 by the time by 8 p.m. on the 7th of December no now already winner declare no be come to yan to abana nwie kwa ye hu winner if we say Ghana for no aso answer brenda ye wom sesia no anya nkwara bre o wo de ene Friday match si be start endra me use ngofo buofu wo ba ye wano dem ala blaster ne yi Ghana for no buofu ne se bo na Ghana lose ye ntu ngofo go twa bet obi akotwa bet of 1000 enim say we dey ga ye far from wa lusu obi twa bet because ni wi ase o ti sisi ya no ye bet no dididie ye dey ani enyi ada ne bet fo esan say enwuma ni o man ni ye dey so na enwuma ni o man ni o ba ye wo the tax abe him ya kon so to ma say
factories now see no
factories are you see you know yet one NDC MPP members of parliament hang parliament eco parliament at the omunimu say ye taxes too and the taxes him ya kon na aba tra wo se confirm me nu the taxes him ya kon yes am aba memoni say on kon ya for ma on ma so Ghana for be se monsa na ye de akwakoma owura Lanchemante na what the Ghana no efri adumu akwa tumu na Bobie ba ne sa no a na meba mete se wo kase wo mu a ewia nyoma the only person obetumi run all of them up e run antemanje
kasa 20 minutes I
kasa 20 minutes
me kasa say
kasa 20 minutes
what is your problem who the ba your boy this about what I talking about
me up
what time na Bobie di aduma
what the 20 minutes akasa for 20 minutes
these are some of the issues I'm catching on tiasie
okay to us me ma betimi de bekam
e dia na ko tiefrim
so wo tra dia
Bobie dia tata na kan fama
thank you
odu go du bibiaka all right so quick one hello yes sir
abom
yes sir
when my friend was from
yes sir
and then the man ade my blow
that but your friend say
every 1,000
what the 10 million every
yeah every maybe
edem ucha say
meter
20 cedis per
20 cedis yeah
and other 10 million ko fie weekend did in a grand style mate yada se bebre minia congrats Koswana e follow CMG ska chede all right so that's it CMG ska chede star 413 hash baby bia obia no kwame say a set machine no omo so omo ma metwa no ntem no yentwen obia ene set machine intem na yenka jantum. But one quick comment from a friend says, Bobie, it was reported that the Western Togolanders mounted their flag on the premises of the Regional Coordination Council, which is a security zone with security personnel. Story we can answer story. Okay, so this one is coming from Badasu. Listen, Akwaba. All right, Charlie.
Kanda.
To Jamianko.
Medase mencha citizens so ahwe for native na men fan krama woni same last week nia almost send me messages me wife no se na omon paibo
oba
wife se omo behu me na matete na me sredia emamusa we have for example for the new manual some say inshira and can you pay me
Pachanya Mwasumo
and can you own pay me
yeah that's it are young crowd me almost send ba
and I was send ma and I me say me so me din krama mo
otiase say ye kan fu ne du afro no ye kan fu na cha
and I me so me din krama mo se mo fan ko masa nipa no
se musuo nka ne open say
no pai boni se me pansam na matete a nyankopon ti so no
say ka comedy wo
yeah
ene Mwasumo mo amosende ba
em say ye wo bebro unya me be kan e no crew suo nka ne open say
ona si
you got one I dealing with
the power
suo nka ne open say ye
we no more delay that is what they do
menka se mijiro ayi
and
papa we me ba
2024 yen so son kwase asem so no idiot takes care of anybody yeah man for kwan mo fire ni mo nyefo yen serenity yen nibi but we are content with the little we have.
Now unto
na oso chire mo ni po send
message na be na me de chire no message wey na me menye sure say ni pakro no kan boni mu na ye tie ye ko break by so ka so sabon to one week nice why kese na no brajo uncle Joe ni ohun was ohun mi si wo ho no was aso why for power case
grandma no and mama no
and I'm about the touch and I'm just media me media me osma for message na me na I don't
know mama no super
there is no one for ma ye wie no na o
kire me
what me the message ni kire
o me type you ma ntimi maka ma minsuro nipa
ne send on my phone so na me dey kire me kwa maka no
and you know men don't do that.
How would I know?
Oh kire
don't do
that papa MVP ni we sa papa no obu bebrebe
I don't deal with evil so
it's okay
balado ena balado ene ya just that balado na me bature ko bi fiagbe ena balado na wa sem papa me da so no na balado ba ntie kasa na balado say wadi 70 something plus na Rollins so omuade ena David oboni age no ya be born Rollins age no na Rollins age ne etem balado na o se balado so aba akokora ena kobi fi agbese ena se Rollins ho ofe atwanso balado ankasa ena okoye se oba week the following week the oba show ti ya na me ya me kosa na me say anke balado aduru so so di Bobie na o che mo no me ba ha na asemi sie anya me yere de
what the problem
me ko fi na me yere etwema dwene si so na ma dia time se me ba ye na be me first comment ani say yes eye wu Bobie
yes
le yere se eye wu Bobie na se ko bi fi agbe se fi ani se fi ase no me ka mi fie ani ese mo bo Rollins fie ni esu wu Bobie se ani Rollins ho fe na Bobie mi sa ka etia Baba no man na so wa fa we dey wa da gbe na watch me da be pa cha fa cha me e bi ni chance ya kwa ju asem no mo
so you know put us last week ela se we see it was about to me
elo mo fa ni ta
I'm saying ya fe no be chance
ya be se no pa no ani o man time le keep it that
or this chairman no me catch straightforward what that person is but like I thought say it's proper I send him a reply. Sammy will not tell him.
So he didn't trust me say message I the man in the bemano.
And I make cano. They have to send him direct message. Obeti.
Mijo.
Kanda me dasi. Nana Akufo-Addo. Any confirmation. Sammy. Why are there national security in some of Bekan last week? The trunk and strategy as
strategy.
Yes. Election will be at the first way winning. They get it. Other political parties no crime ban and more far are disabled our plan with. What are you doing to disable this one? Now also why sound footing? Young coca. One because say ya come asem nti ya be cut topics on media money. First menjin this say your autopsy report to Ghana ha your Jubilee House and I quote your autopsy report. I don't think say Jubilee House clinic never hono a Professor Miss Wuye. So we saw clinic near Jubilee House now. Then of course you can go and ask the doctors at home and no media amount. But sorry fee to two and tuma. Now also got the report autopsy report to a president to her. I think say it wasn't the right forum for South and some report no. Now omo locus kwa na yeden omo amokoya no why the team establishes so indeed by law me what to me say Professor Mills autopsy no seminar ye di mame but ye mfa mame ye nti wakoye president de a won wa ye former president no e be hia wo mo a na wo de aboaye. There was nothing like that. Instead na do a lawyer of so many years standing Akufo-Addo aye foreign minister nti a kind of diplomacy a ohu ese otin ho asese ese onya some level of diplomacy but over time na do a display say kind of diplomacy a onibi and a sad minim nyomo manage no so lo abubo bi so Akufo-Addo call for me hene oh bet for me now is me for me na eni nyina bo no okọ ho ohene na otena adwamu no anado share double o de double ne di no na nabo achi trumu the third
na for me now yo bia ya nkwanta trumu
na
edini trumu president ne kan trumu
he did it deliberately.
Yes.
Obonu deliberately. Nana Boachi Trumu the third. Or repeat or say that no yeah. That is Akufo-Addo.
Or say that no Trumu.
No, he's deliberate. Na Achimini. You think that he doesn't know?
We are winning trauma.
President, before you do start gathering us, they would have told you who is coming. A dinner who was
saying best friend or can crash or any best friend.
Some ya body na go soon. What?
And when him was friend to Munwa or privately. What are you? I can't have a idea. Oh, friend to Musa privately or their bedroom.
What I say, but Okoyan sir on Obianka so. Oko ododo oko said ni lante vanda Bannerman campaign owie no so man kan ye kura oboa. He knew what he's doing. Akufo-Addo or the format ni setting enam or the format ni setting enam was set ade no ko say na me kwakwa no wa ya wi unitri beka. You get it? Or call me pedi, what is on your car? Say about toward the Angamu the month to be mammy. I wouldn't have been here. But this is a president. You sat la to a barmano and a president I cut your kind. No, but
I mean your one is why you're president. And you're
not. A conflict Akufo-Addo say Atukudu. Francis Kingsley Atukudu. No, yeah, Vende, Deputy Fisheries Minister. And no Luzu election. And Nuntina not to say, not to say because of that, no, on your day. When Nuntina one neglected conflict for. Yes, sir. Yes, okay.
But Deputy General Secretary say Okan in a contest. But Japadia de wa ye bibebre ama won.
What is that?
Osim punto de wa ye bibebre.
No. Me person me can't Deputy General Secretary na say. Say nyen na nka me nim say or ye Deputy General Secretary.
Haruna Muhammad.
But for today, me nim so no MPP deputy. No, o me na me bisa. Until he want to come into relevance of Ghana for being so honum. Until he want to take advantage of the situation. Akufo-Addo say or deliberate. He's very intentional about ne see where come from. But the point is, Unim say Atukudo Yasako primaries and ano December 3rd.
Oh, sir.
He lost
within the party.
So is he going to neglect MPP for more a convener?
So I come in Afra.
You see, because Oko primaries, and when he went to constituency chairman BT,
you don't what come in Afra.
503 votes. The constituency chairman had 264 votes. Atukudo 108 votes.
What come in Afra?
Do you get it? And what? How is he going to treat them too? Almost obey your modern.
Why you almost obey on day? Anybody according to
for rejecting his election 2020.
Exactly.
But this time around, 3rd December.
Well, punishing our brother than some of our prime minister.
Just is talking as if MPP is not a subset of MPP is a subset of the constituency.
Let's see, specifically, see, among for Moko Honum, they went there as they almost a confi at Tamus Abusian for, and yes, sir. And all Tromunian Tia one neglected a confi for because Omar rejected Atukuju in 2020 elections. And I make as a fast forward 2023 MPP Francas Omuwe confused who are rejected Atukuju. So what will it do to that MPP for within a confidence?
Charles, the question is, why won't a subset suffer when a universal set is already suffering?
Why they are your mother? What punish your mother? Or the man for say, Charles. What the man for say? Mo to me am one ma a kufifu and to Abama candidate to the moon. I bet
COVID-19 by a chain, no. The much about MPP for DB. Sika no almost actually and specifically much MPP for no more saying yebi. And you what the Ghana
before you say.
Obi Becca so get 10,000 or the my party for one. I want to
just when you say I could feel 4 years.
Charles McCarthy say. Yenim say could for the Kufadas upon the shop because or Matu about here MPP constituency upon the shop. And Charles McCarthy want to know specifically. Specifically, the Kufu association the Bema MPP for Atuabetia Atukuju. And I make say, and I list say, once I want to once I want punish a confu for MPP for county punishment. And I make say there be COVID by you know. In Yanina no man no mochichen MPP for DB. And watching specifically MPP were giving money. And it was almost no punishment.
You told you Nancy.
Onzi Antino President one unpresidential of a president of the land to be speaking this way. But Yaya Manakaho say a civilized society and by this time move vote impeachment process is underway. Say UK, US and by this one more to see whether or not he will still retain his position as the president. Unfortunately, Parliament ayewo Ghana hano enuru hoye omunuru time metimi aye zenia afufro eye no ena ewo mu abesi babia yeti kwana ba wawu bra kwakwa nyido I am beginning to be disappointed in Koku.
All this while?
Why now?
Yes.
All this while?
Yes.
All this while?
Now he's not giving me reason to be disappointed in him.
Then I am disappointed in you.
I'm disappointed in you.
He's not giving me reason to be disappointed in him.
I'm telling you, I don't like you.
Because Utie Kwakua Nido a bra incident in the sea, you know. Reasons I would divide no musu or no pick up a cheap bucket to Munomudi professor a call was or respond in that Kwaku responded and then Ospeli ambulance in that interview. Kwaku say Enyano Craig the professor was giving Carino to the hospital as a president, or see to the point because of gridlock, they have to use the road, the other road other than Kwano Monamsono. 1 way. Use 1 way and the divide with motorcade, everything. Professors stand by, doctors, no more ICU. No taking care of Professor. Unfortunately, Nankupon and a Tunan's affair. Then fast forward. Every election year, Kwaku is either leading group of people to go and demand for autopsy report from the presidency, and I say, or Kanwasem. Is it Kwaku is so knowledgeable to the level say onim say so autopsy reporter and your Jubilee House na ekojeno. Kwaku knows very well, see onu Kwaku no by law on entitled to demand for autopsy report of President Mills. Do you get it? But unfortunately, you benya na nado dan Kwaku from the manaso so to the extent of Beka say legitimate. How legitimate is Kwaku Anidowo and a group of people like Omar described them as imposters coming before the president to demand an autopsy report? Wonder. So I am not surprised to say your security architecture and papa because you need due diligence. Ansah no bibe ko pay president anymore no. Yesi wo ko bookie appointment. Na check him background. So who and who is coming? Papers are valid before. But then if you allow these crooks, I call them crooks because at amos abusian for because omunya abusian for because abusian ni bia or you interested so pursue who report no still and you bia autopsy report you publishing on front page. You the two library. No, this will be personal health history. Then election do pay. Now we are interested in it. Unfortunately, my papa no wajayiri with you. Now do know so say. See Professor Mos Mamiti say. Nobody is talking about how are they faring. How are they feeding? Kwaku say who you be at Kwaku kura ne maame ne nkasa one your friends nadu enkasa. Oh. Kwaku no amu one nadu nkasa. See that is the one Professor Mills maame nkasa. See, that is the focus and what I mean we should be thinking about no ne papa yaka. Oh you know what job na for no. Na yandi abriwa no waja no we chire no ene ne ma ne na busiafo ne legacy sa library bi omuko si wo no krom wo no. How is the library doing? Where ye nema uyo bia na wo so ben Professor Mills odona. This is what I think you should be doing. Na nyese they bia like who perceive your bonu di money. Oh, well, I think sir president nanka immediately the people around him, the immediate people around him, some answer questions. Because Kwaku was one of the closest person to Professor Mills. I don't know Kasana Numutu. It is a yes suspect. This will be na Professor Mills. Why is Kwaku working freely?
Yanona unuya Kwabena mafu last week. Ekoka say the way Kwaku kaso nimbibi obeka onimbibi obeka no. Se Akufo-Addo no ma nyire na mana nka dia. Se Jomama ba eso mo yire no no ka asem kro. Oso de ne be court. No. Kwabena mafu court. Ada Kwabena mafu frɛ be say bra na me se adai. Ba tie ba sem o na me se abotre. Kwaku se wa de me court ti wo sha eye. Ada me so wo ka say. Was say me say Jomama ba wo mo nyire no na de wanim bia wanka me say me nka abode na so nka abode o tumi yo hwe if you know what o tumi kokor bra me da ase wa kai dia ba kuma atobe yam na say dia sa brantia ni si yam ansofo no wo de ba me so abi ni ba bi gira
I'm a serious situation. Say, you're serious. I think that some people are suspecting foul play in the death of Professor Mills. What I say, and you know, my interested in autopsy report. This autopsy report near pa. Wouldn't be bold and state it. So I know, as far as me are concerned, with my proximity with Professor Mills and the minimum say, can't wait no fast woo ye. Now, some I see no Bentinsa won't be. And let's deal with it. But see the Biaba Kosha autopsy report that for me, unnecessary. I think Zenanado Danko Akufo-Addo should stop fueling these things, and it will not to anybody's benefit. Because when I was your president, will you be happy so China? After you are gone, then people will be doing this behind you. No. You can't autopsy reporter. I think before Professor Mills died, everybody knew say no Oyare. Because old man Ankasa admitted public to say Oyare.
Did Kwaku not say that in the
So
interview?
if he's sick, no we are. What is news about it? I don't see anything. Nipa ni wo ye nwanwa. Ni wo ye nwanwa Rollins. Nipa ni wo ye nwanwa because at a point Rollins no nye Julius na no didi. They no go breakfast and you no coffee. That should be the concern. So papa wonamwa very healthy. No didn't then see what happened. That is the issue. You see, but others say no, it can't be politics as usual. Oh, politics but your money be mukakra. Na yenye fe. Papa ne wuko. Wa born brave as 68. Wa. And as 67 Professor Amos. 68. Yeah, we didn't think kakra. I think a fair or court, that is all. Let's forget about then a year we now mon come over fast. I think the Nana Sami cousin the Baba Kwa Wajano on. The Duma Woyim Poya Pamano. What? Oh, Sammy said so. I heard it.
No, yeah, Juma.
I heard it. Okay. I heard it. I heard from him. That's I'm born it. See, yes, but be all your Juma Kano. Ya Jinedi. Is that fine? This is why you should be fighting for. Say, if you so love Professor Moss, this is an Aokana. Ne Baba Kuna, what Jan Wechino. I think you should be able to tell Akufo-Addo to manage Juma Biawana. But you are not interested. I don't know. Papa na we can autopsy who the bedding.
I do got to know
why would you use it for?
Yeah, you are Papa who are so I said you cook bills the week the Papa. You was Gogun Only be who abepim no bi only ba no produce obi control face obi be ya yira Koku ni jifagunu ene kobusa say Koku e dey kum ba no o si buei na joma ama na asoma say obusa
that is the ehun hia
question obusa obi no busa bi as me buafu
ehun yes you may be angry you may want some anger be within you against people but do it and do it well. I think say
na me pacho me nto ano say obi e wo anger o ka say joma ama no se e friend me jino se sia no ye so won ka de enkofo de aye no NDC mu a ye be kofie ne joma ama no ka so to no wanya no fo
nkene be do
Professor Jane ato ahwai nom totobi kwa chinom be relatenum de enkofo de aye enkofo nekuo
and to sign apology set
obi beti obi na so
Ronaldo shouldn't man him for all but abase a trend is unforgiving or you're happy about a near say Professor Musa how many years in 2012
years
and then you have autopsy report say a bi ni wa afeni kwakwa fufuro yem fancy autopsy report de bi ni commander afeni kwakwa ye bia na autopsy can only be done within the first 3 days. About the first 3 days in the bit extended no. You see, constitution is clear, but yemfa constitution is serious. Or see, Ansah na you be move between me or Ghana Hano, and see your future na dream. But a requirement ya buye near guso. The constitution says that before you give somebody who got to above move, yes, it might be 18 years and above and of sound mind. Sound mind. We are not serious, but that is what we are not interested in. When now it's Obia hospital, psychiatric hospital.
But I think said the constitution spoke about the voter.
Not the voter. The person who contest the election before you qualify to stand as MP, you must be 18 years
and above
and of sound mind.
MP at 21 or
no say 21. You must first be a voter before you can qualify to go into. You must be 18 and above. The 21 MP, president 40 plus. Do you get it? But sound mind, no. Your electoral commission.
Criteria,
sound mind, you call hospital, you call psychiatric hospital. Because say you can't see, you share with tax in your tax and your GR in your clear.
And you no
tax, you call GR now about tax clearance. And this is sound minder. Psychiatric hospital pen a bit now validate the soundness of a person. And it must be a requirement in law. As I said before, you be more with Juma wire Ghana Hano. I see a show where dream.
Now, me crowd the Baba for a call a year mental check on the mama. So be a crazy way, a unipass, what about more? Oh, yeah, day. It is your wood says a Baba.
Baba ni Ben where you be a Kuno Ghana. Baba ni Ben, and where you go have Baba ni Ben a chamber you wine. Baba Ben, Baba. 2020 wokumnipa 10
opani baba be na check no frata se wo se vum grofo isa
can no frata di one e adwuma enya pen
now the baba no ntia se na wo kebi
da bi o se wo no ntia se continue da se abrawa achidi
what you wine
me ta be na aga say
company
that me bisa me ta na oh me bisa
what you've done 28 minutes
what ka say 9 minutes onkwa
no o ti wudi e
onkwa ni 9
ti wudi e film na so you see and go made deep manusin I think say we shall kwaku a oh
me
oh baba is your friend at least as far as I know
they used to be friends now say
and I say as far as I know say nena mo nya friends are I don't know about that and as far as I know no kwaku is your friend so you even call me your brother see my brother what I say when you meet at the roadside
we are by nam we are by for nam me are by for nam
who share the coin na only know at least let him do things kwaku is a fine brain see kwaku throw now kind you know say no this
what
guy
mama papa
son uncle for mo go on a fire graduate you no kwa na fine brain
no graduate as an American.
Thank you live at 100.5 citizen show listo bienvenue encore bien belema
mini kan chetie fo nchami nuanum abedwafo me bonku yoti ni fa ye voter na Michel Fifi kwara
so we free kwabre
me free kwabre me secheni na kwara o ye de ana umpum to say. Anyway, I'll take off from where McCarthy left off. Me, unim se ni pebi onu mo omu wiasim ha. Me do mo na me kon masem. Obu won so a me tano not because the fee say sebi otani adro nipa bi wonu ma menene untimi siesie ye ntem da na nyankopon aba obi ti se Akufo-Addo me se e ka se Akufo-Addo repent kura na okọ heaven ameka se nyankopon fa be ko bunsam jem I would prefer to be in hell than to be in heaven with Akufo-Addo. Yes. Yet one okuria o man sika I'm a woman abeka say yes obey
na no nya bia be pamo afiri suro ho
enti I rather would do hating such a person on penipa ye na Charles McCarthy nyonu zo me depa musion kan yo pe me say oh kwara oyonko bone ese obrapa anunti no me no kokwa yi do hu asem no eya me hu ni say on Bible say me ntena fodi for tena bia na sia na esi wako wie theology course bia why sofu he's been ordained
also for kokwa yi do
na o hwe sofu mekwa
no e fasted ye
Eddie, all right. This this is supposed to be Obia. Or a very knowledgeable. But I will speak about what Esedun Ketia said in recent times about Suku. Pepe Jimmy. Suku Pepe Jimmy. Adie timi Pepe Jimmy, adie ba kope. Na said drone so ye de man na onom da. Nyansa.
If you nyansa.
Eno pene timi Pepe Jimmy. Obi wabɛyɛ mampani ofiri abusua mu wodi afane sɛ ofiri Mozambique ekura bi ase a ɛwɔ amamrɛ ne amane ani hɔ ɛna wabɛtena Ghana ha ɔman wei amamrɛ ne amane yɛ adwuma wɔ ha Professor Mills wo koko anyi do hu wontimi ndɔno nkyɛn na abusua
ɛwanwa
kwasi besinata na wo ene no wafa Professor Mills se woni dwuma bi di a na wo didi obi papa din ho woni dwuma bi di wa asase we so a padafo bi until very recently na me dwen say oye one of the Edu brothers Emanibia because I was very convinced say ni dia du no ene the Asokwa associations be until very recently on one pokrana in a conversation oma mi hu say onye but all along minimum kofo they also have a similar feeling like I did. Have and still they have until say maybe a match almost say no. What must I say? What did you do? What check? Minim kofwa. Kwabena. Omo didi keje tia poku di what check? Just because they are poku. Now this one, you don't bear any of his names. Only Kwaku and you know who Mills. You are even crying more than the bereaved.
That family.
And you know, sometimes it appears to me, say, Asama Makati Kano. It's a national issue. We must pay attention.
Say, I say, more than one kuku no. Okache professor. Okache Akufo-Addo say. Professor Mills wanyate bia.
Imagine
that Kadma so papa.
Oh, yes, I do. Then,
I will just say, "My be awful for the tip too late."
Why tip too late? Where are you for Libya? A good one don't grow for like donkeys. No, I will tip to her.
That's all what they obey. Obey no. Obey to bed.
Oh, so you ask about Nipana Olidi delegation, you know, and the rented people he took there, and a very criminal thing. The impersonation to impersonate as a family member of Professor Mills. It is criminal. It is criminal. By now, the family must take steps to get them arrested and arrest Kwabena to tell where he went to rent all those people from.
Yeah. Now, postmortem.
Now, they say, "Oh, you're Ghanaian," and the president would they allow him that space?
Private.
Now, to impersonate as a family member of Professor Mills is criminal. When you know you have a family head. Kwamsa.
What do we call?
Onu and the first person to attend to.
Yeah.
And when Onu went to me as Osto you know, Krampona, it veers off family.
Yeah, of course.
And becomes something beyond family. Because we are citizens of Ghana. Professor Mills becomes a bona fide property of you.
Yeah.
And to allow him that space. Say he has the right. He has the local standard to know why Professor Mills died. Now, Kwabena, what breaks the camel's back? The man who said who? He needs a brain surgery. And yeah, the fact that you see, bulls get mad easily. The fact that in an interview he exonerates John Mahama in an interview.
Okay, so
I want to know.
Yeah, you go to
please do.
All right. Okay, so this interview was done on Asempa FM, and you go to a year do the explanation, and when video no. Okay, all right. Okay, so you go to a year quick one on a year Professor Mills, and this interview was done on Asempa FM. I'll be back.
Yeah. So that day, the president was billed to fly to Lagos.
Okay.
Internal panel, he had given the go ahead to secretary to the president. Mm-hmm. So when we say president on 12 letters,
yes.
Secretary on 12 letters, or we are no assigning.
Yes.
So secretary to the president, Bobie was given instructions to prepare a letter, not president in signing, to officially inform parliament. So they took on Lagos. So it looked like a normal morning, even though we knew that there were health challenges. No two ways about that. So it was a sudden something. And when it happened suddenly, yes, there were professionals around. So he was moved in an ambulance. The ambulance, yes, AMBULANCE, ambulance. He was moved in an ambulance. In fact, there's always been 2 ambulances on standby at any point in time. I don't know. He was not left alone. His security close escorts, including professional policemen, went with him. There was a motorcade that carried him. There were doctors in the ambulance trying to do whatever they could do, first aid. And he was sent to the intensive care unit of the 37 military hospital. I repeat, the intensive care unit of the 37 military hospital. He didn't collapse. Whatever health challenges began at the castle. And they stretchered him from his residence into the ambulance as will be the case.
Yes.
You have to be stretchered.
Yes.
So he was stretchered into the ambulance.
From time our health challenges to time we drew intensive care unit, how many minutes?
Well, the movement from the castle to 37, because it was at that time of the morning, around 10 o'clock, there was some traffic.
Yes.
Quite heavy traffic. So we had to even the ambulance and the people had to move on to the other side of the opposite side. So we had to drive in the opposite direction to be able to get to 37 military hospital. And you will be surprised that in that short period, or in that space with that distance, about 30 minutes to get there. 30? Yes. The traffic was just so thick. And it's so ironical because President Mills himself, as a president, anytime we had to move out, say a free castle, a co-official assignment, his first instruction would be, you people should make sure that we use the road that has the least traffic. I don't want to inconvenience people. Yet that day when he was being sent, he was on that final journey, there had to be some inconveniencing because then we had to rush the no option. So the president was sent to the ICU. Medical doctors, both military specialists and civilian specialists, were on standby at the ICU when the president was sent in there. But it so happened that God brings us out here to serve and calls us back home to rest. So God called him back. So this whole propaganda that I put in my pickup or my Ford, it's so ridiculous, it's not funny.
But I don't know why are you telling the story now?
Bobie, there are times and seasons. At that time, first of all, in the first year or that particular year, Bobie, one was too distraught to be paying attention to some of these things. Masa, I did Tony Penima, baby. She said, yes, when my mother died 26 years ago, maybe that was the first time death hit me at very close range.
You could see.
Alright. So you see, when you can say we are saying nipa adwene Edam Bemwa, when he was saying, this is Koko Anyido who's speaking. Edam ne ba no Drew Jubilee House Okushani ni abodam. President abodam to share ni abodam for, then this is how they behave. We bought them straight. Ekufado, you bought them straight.
No, this is the president of the.
And so what? We must take medical, your friends, mental health seriously as a country.
When more
questions.
So Onipa to meet us deliberately that I'll punish these constituents. How do you describe that person? That may message that punishment.
No, look at.
Can be a sadist.
What? But don't you it's a mental situation
disorder. Being a sadist, a mental disorder.
Madness.
It's madness. Every sadist is a madman.
Anyway, would you concentrate? Why would you
anyway? The last point I want to raise about Koko Anyido whose mental health. Yeah, was he taking it seriously and attend to him because he's a brother. Brother
man,
I'm sad to see somebody like Koko Anyido get mad. And sometimes if you know how Kweku or Kuku will be very particular about knowledge. You know how knowledgeable this guy is. Now,
Nimdiadi Obi.
When you're sad, auditoriety in life. And he is under a certain curse. Also, spiritually. They say, why you Yankopon, meaning say Yankopon and us, but why you suffer? He's been ordained. Not all men of God.
Also, what you do?
Yeah. What I say? Spiritually, he is under a certain curse. Abra, share. Nipa bi one man who did trot so so a. Nyankopon tua wo ka. Ene wasefo, e ka wasefo. Yeah, say one take steps. Na when yi sa no me na mfi wo so a. He, edam ya ye kan iso. O ye bedu baby obe run ho na sabi. Ade ne bod down na da so. Ebe bod down e wo kwam. Because if you sit down and ask yourself, say, how? Ofini Akufo-Addo di agro nyane o. Time President Mahama Beye president now, knowing what he had done to him as vice president, na ewu, na ontimi emeno, na no krampo ni mu nyina no. John Mahama was trying to give him the space. Yes, it can be one SMB. Fuck a biker besi wa. What say? I don't know. John Mahama say for a biker besi wa. Now John Mahama a biker any dia. How can human beings behave like this? And when we say they are mad, then McCarthy wants to come to their aid. Why? It is only mad people that behave in this manner. Anyway, from Koko now to the president. And you need to say, but then you a president in the democracy. You don't want to believe it. Then you have one. And that is typical of a madman leading a country like Ghana. Presidency, you know, it has a definition. If you are using the presidency to play your stratagem to outwit your opponent, now,
I believe to punish citizens. To punish.
That is what he's doing.
Because obi otie kumfi onya ohwe.
Onya ohwe. Oni otiato. Otiane to. Enya ne to a enka wo. Kronfosa.
The Kromo and the president in Frisco. I said, no, I have some full power. Now, which year answer? Oh, yeah, but let me check to one.
You can only react like this when you have a quality IQ.
But there is a Murina Koso.
How many people are like you? Hey, you have fools who are his ministers.
Now,
come on, enjoy from the rock. This guy that spoke, the Haruna that spoke.
But you see, Anyeko,
Anyesa,
Kuno, and when you can deny a whole group of people, sir, representation in our parliament.
This is
this
is a president who tout himself
after
a human rights lawyer.
After you have denied those people, no, what we share citizens are almost sort of quite Juma bre or talk in Sua tax was so. Or yes, say ya read the born crano, one man need to tax. No, I can't say, we must set that's a punishment.
I said, well,
Charlie,
no,
Charlie, and you when Bobie discusses,
no,
Charlie, how Parliament should have taken this seriously.
Impeach, immediately.
Such a lunatic.
Immediately.
Who is the president of this country?
It must be immediate.
Because look, Echnebi,
Minjano, Onana Kano, Cameroon, Onana Yashano.
What's our bad name?
And so compare dear who open dear who Onana Kano, Cosmo.
Etiquabra Ekufado is the problem.
Sad.
Because you see, if you don't even respect yourself, at least respect the presidency. Respect the presidency at least. Nama nipa who say, oh, at least Koku enya hana bibi say no ye beka no. No wa kire no kwan no. Wo de fa ne say Koku Anyidohu. But Ekufado would rather go and sit and plan with Koku Anyidohu, who has lost his relevance since time immemorial. Koku Anyidohu lost his relevance in Ghana's politics since time immemorial. Since he began to use hate. Now, Kwabena, hate destroys haters. Hate, or time, it destroys haters. Especially when your hate is not hinged on a right idea. Sebio, for example, a tanya Koku Anyidohu the time John Mahama no woman and a wire ne bonny. Yeah, what's a cow penny nanim? Now the bro, you Koku Anyidohu wants to be respected. John Mahama, Munipa, what's sorry? What do you say? A pennyphobia or crumpa, and maybe a Dr. Dufo, a campaign. Also invite Koku. Obi one is about them in here, TSM. We support to do for and I do for and grass. And I'm saying, now they know I'm a kind about it.
Better because I say we.
I say, oh, that's a baby. It's sad. Oh, Kwabena. Now, on the discussion, President, I have we him, what say no, minya some reflections be. What can I say, Kwakuba couldn't be catch say. Rollins are bottom no bottom one, ne damn ne bar no cotton biaso. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do
you remember?
Yeah.
And they were questioning the mental state of Rollins. Yes, say, Omkran Beka say, a terrible damn ne bar, the Niji toy car home. Almost now, or the sea was or to say, not to Gaquachero, not to say, and now they don't want us to question the Kufado mental faculty.
No, wow, better my question. Who go Kubako, Papa cried a cryaka. Who Papa, a damo boy, and I'm cantonment. I can. Then you, I go for the
Omunanti Krumha. Question Rollins. Uni mwaka sana diana minya. Omu question Rollins mental health. Ebe publishing with newspaper. Yes. Rollins damba or fruit dia. Na kuredu kwa catch and say. Omusu onukpa. Mimpa bufai. tashi
gale tashi
olupa bo fai
tashi just on trust
aye si olupa frisro on bra. Yes, they said it. Enti ma obia idea say
the paradox of life is where wo kwaku baako. Your father was in the streets of cantonment, mad, naked.
For public record.
What you say? Akufodo's mother, same. Who doesn't know? But these are the people that teamed up to want to question Rawlings's mental of mind. Yeah. What must I say? But look at Akufodo as president today.
Because Rawlings ain't been canceling with that.
And no, meeting hunto. Here, uni bodem nina. Oga say more we dey bibia beka some man no that bodem ni no onu kura timi hu say Akufo-Addo abodam e chen no because
president abetumi abie wano say
imagine
me twa oman ni bia ja
assembly and intentionally look at where obi hine enye ohine ketua o
our friend tumu your friend
tumu eno kwa o dey say
chance was said that don't country
o said that tumu
who was said you eye was said yes say wo omampani e wo say o make sure say suku adan obi betimi enya suku adan akomu
tetemma no ma
na wo ye dia betu ani ma so no na ka hwan na ma wo tometu no wo ya akwa wo ya ma we akwa pani
na do wa hu de odi ohini wo hia yi
krono na ye wo enene wo bo krono na se bi wa se bie
wo ma ye yi
e ka dia bi hu mire wo nam na sere sika wo papa ja pade nya wo to ni nyina na anim and we must take trauma and drug abuse seriously in this country. Drug abuse.
It's sad.
What was I say? Drug abuse now early do to Sanya Manu.
Very, very true. I will say take it very serious.
Drug abuse.
Because you see, say I just Sanya way here. Oh, any chroma I say, Gwana, you warm one where you know you would not where you can. I be you need penny for but ya shan't cast us and we not got to turn to car. Papa has more kind. Dear pa, the woman, over to the Aquaco too waffle.
Because you see, Yanhia one day. Ebeba be yasen na why be nya president bia obe make sure say eastern region kura bi bianko.
Oh na said ya why ya kan pamem friswa dia eda hono no.
Yeah.
Me ada me kan say we dia to record so. Se mote se me na poku.
Yeah.
Se ma adwene enya adwuma because me nya ma adwene se me president da. Se ma adwene nya adwuma na se me ko president dia. Eastern region me ko ba bi a chebi. Dioma ko ta kra wo kra hwa me ko
abomosu no firo abomosu e hwa no ma me
ya bi enya Akufo-Addo a obe man pani a enka hifie kranka eyisa chebi ahifie no ko mu tiri si
chebi hene
omu ni kapre anya fo we no mo ko feska wa yin no akosi omu tu galam say enya omu fu no omu di
because I wish that even the party or the president
me sa ayi no ahifie no sa ahifie no se mo te se ma be president a me de kwa koye children's home
na nkrana kom
at least
yes
I apologize say oh ase we no e bia man kan yenti we de mo mfa ncheme
adodi
oni nyansa adodi kwabre fo asema ye ken kwabre
adodi
na kwabre fo mato aba ma
bimo enya baketo
na we jana ma
atwa ko to ma wa kala traga
kokromotia wa kokromotia. So I end by saying say media everything Akufo-Addo did is unpresidential, is madness, is lunacy. Say, if you say, and yet damwa, unko kohu doctor say, or call retirement.
Oh, fee, you say
the internet is working at home. Yes, they say doctor say, and your timer will be to my man. If you know names about them, yes, but maybe the symptoms are clear.
All right, so Akunfi for issue statement. What I heard is that I inform Beshia ene.
Okay.
But the youth groups there issue a yes statement, and we will work on the statement. A very sad situation. Ena ye womno. Say on my team. Obit me bien na no say ya to abama me mo anye de mepe mechire mu nyansa. I will deny you water, I will deny you light, I will deny you health care, I will deny you ade bi e nipa eye nipa na olive se nipa bi. I will deny you people na mechire mu nyansa. That is the situation we have. Odia hunto. Pastor 1 minute tell. 1 minute. You call round. Pastor tell na me star 413 hash. Your last draw no 20 million. Your last draw no 20 million. The obe bomb 20 million no oko. Kwame, the obe bomb 20 million no yemfama no oko. Last draw no star 413 hash. Pacho yengo.
Me pacho 1 minute no akwaba na say 1 minute.
Chema. Wo de kase o to aswanke ko.
Me pese me hu se de bia metimi a free me message.
Any free me 1 minute.
Okay. And 1 minute me dey quick rebuttal also.
Oh, lade what dey say na me no. Lade Bobie o ma me 1 minute o. Put your card here that was come there.
Oh Kasano, when I was talking about stereotype against the good people of Votary. We say a tribal politics.
Yes.
What Ghana ha? You 16 regions. Because of election, you create artificial insecurity. Our one region. Yet the soldier for bone crofo. Yet the preventing crofo intimidating crofo from voting.
Yes.
Sabro no MPP ni.
Yes.
You didn't complain.
Yes.
Now me very sure say Ralanche Manting.
Yes.
And Odi Nechino.
Yes.
So when free MPP moi,
yes.
I don't call MPP niya. Kana so you fan crofo voter region and ko.
I dey say na wo kan. I don't know mentias here.
What here can say? Who as a pulling agent, something happened. You risk your life because now real crisis so jeni na we done so. How now we call no and obi e face obi be face 2024 and you don't condemn, you don't want to condemn.
But what must you leave
what say NDC for voter
no, what is what can NDC voters NDC for? He never said that.
What say voter region ni bia or support to MPP no. Te say your friend say regional minister.
My say CPP one can so me.
What is that some no can Bobie want to
say one support to MPP one can say NDC for what is what can NDC?
I was chairman a political party for MPP.
Infino.
A woman the good people of voter region. And I make us for that matter so you vote and that's all support MPP. Now why people come?
What can this?
Do cause also support.
Who we say at the end NDC voter region 20 was say voter region 4. So who confess side debate in the bar? Who confess side debate in the bar? Fantastic.
I say what can no.
Who confess side debate in the bar? Fantastic. NDC nyina ba bianka say wa ma voter region na heaven. But ababia ni Ghana. I ban infrastructure development the voter region. Obetimi de no ho atoto NDC e wo Ghana ha aban bia ni ho metimi aka ho central NDC ye metimi aka baye polytechnic wo ho no metimi aka university professor Amos Mahamo musi ye metimi aka ho airport a omusi ye metimi aka abayime rice project under Rollins omo de ba na create jobs o mampeni kufo begu no wo MPP no free MPP mo busumi nsi akra mai chem one project infrastructure MPPS of voter region chem one na chem me and yera eye alanchematin one district one factory now we see over 200 no how many factories we see over voter region or withdraw or resign from MPP. So this is not about say obi we are talking about human beings votarians ye nipa ye nimunyansa ye ntan obi a
what was the
NDC for another voters almost akuta political power in this country. Rollins be president no. Wanya bibi enche nipa krobia Ghana. Ghana echeme one tribe where cast a stereotype. Ye mo yipamu pa politically. One na suffer more than voters. How? In the hands of young people. Why not? Me say
I will not let you use my platform to do this. And the problem, Baba. And the problem, and the problem, Baba. Mr. Massa. Young one, another. No, I won't allow you to use my platform to do this. No. Young one, you with. So, also, this uncle, no watch TV original. No watch say I before bread. Omuna yaku omunyina wo Ghana. I don't have any problem, but I won't let you do it here. I won't let you do that in here because Obi disagree the problem. Jai, hello. Anyway, all right. So Aya Herbal Industries, omna de Aya Mango Aba na ama Aya Mango bema Aya nwanumbi bebuaw asiesie Aya firm ya wode aba emade no munumbi wose ebema emagine mo na so Aya men flow Aya men vital Aya slim ya wode aba Ghana wose FD agiatum amanfo mfre 0508758701 na wose Aya Milan chemist sakumono is cantonment eba Little George Health Shop obejabi Alpha Chemist Ad Pharma obenyabi Casca Pharmacy ewotema on General Hospital ne dinhwede mu Beditap Health Shop Hacho Mabi Pharmacy Pobiman Achimota Budget Pharmacy obenyabi Palace Mall obenyabi Grace Homeopathic Clinic obenyabi ede afriwo muntwaso wonto obato yema to aso
na say o man 1 minute jasa tibina meto aso
na the make can say
o sabe team
die ayeko ayeno ayesa
okay
2008 ye Botarians ye beto aba aflo border because Ghana ni Togo e share border e wo voter region tin ye two border me month and Crawford lively were denied omo me business ya mo man ko Crawford ka ho because of what abato ayeto meanwhile Ghana ni to eye Burkina Faso share border ebiansi wo ho Ghana ni Cote d'Ivoire share border ebiansi wo ho 2020 elections there were 16 regions in this country ye ka voter region no maya and I say regional na mama men kama seme voter region ya regional ye beka say insecurity when we ko 20 na so ye dia soldier for kogu ho ya bron crofo ya intimidating crofo e voter region 2020 elections and then oma sa ase created the same thing in the name of Western Togolands. Why is it that whenever MPP forward the good people of voter region have to suffer a political stereotype? This is what I'm talking about.
All right, thank you. Solo, let's go.
And the woman say tribal politics and Mobia. Voter region Okoha, you are comfortable and you won't find a or more a frinkraha. The woman say, Yenina, so mine. Obia be this way, Momodia said directive principles of state policy. Chapter 6 of our constitution, article 36 no 6 no say oman pani bia no ye be show say obeyama oman ni mu agu no bia ho ato no enu nti na enu na wo ka me no be ya adwene say eni say yeyim votarians omu ye nipa omu a wo apa north dia de obi ayi nipa asantememu obi ayi nipa ni enyina ya gira adwene aden apa ho ya ye develop oman ene mem ne ma obi amfa the personal parochial interest and me francophobia ekufuado ene na memo na enya omo na so mu di nzemu no a point to that person that say sankofo we na di nzemu na me nkonko ye ni general eyi a afi ye be wie ntumi enya no kwamna me di wie no eru akufuado asem na ne ye kan waka ma madwena sa ba so say no papa no o se me trokoma parliament
ba franto mon kan bi
no yakabi na be chese no na me me kasama franto ye bio na menye betia kasama franto ho bio na menka say sembunu wa would na say semu so rala nchemante kura be kase na o defend say no asema family nkrata na mko baby say semfu we eni na menka
edi anu aka
o rala nchemante position
any say
oman no eye Ghana man obi atua to enu nti
da bi o to se dia no waka afa ho
then waka fa
sans mfuna ora kubado
aka spokesperson we party communicator
there some aka
then na lanchamate aka fa
ora mahama yes asemi ba there waka fa
why issue statement
this statement be no issue
why issue statement
said
yeah my issue statement
said yeah
go to
ma call me be no kai obi na NDC as a party and the issue
my issue statement is own akondem
na no sa asemi
ala there way
me na me kasa
nyam wa me kasa mama hama
aha now wakasawi asama ye kan say obi ekokansem na say ye nyina ye so na no ayinumu a na me ma betena kasa ma afranto a e bio anoru ala nchemante mameka I be different for what I'm saying. It your position ne say asem no oru akufo do kan ye no eni se gefiri ne numu ba na de wa ye no immediately o se kono ade na yituo ne na de guo na ka odwane firi akunya no so what you say but odwane se anso a de ya ne se vice president na kwa take over wo de ye kwa animu ya enani kire ya o be finance minister free ho strategy don't fall for it what's that strategy kasa say oh ebe ya ontwe no strategy omu be yi na frim no mama ba omi appoint on one finance minister no mo de akotena 4 billion bi ba no ma sa start so hey o say omi ana appointed finance minister and you ma koyi no ma shift all the blames are ensem hu na kwa be mu no e de akogu